Joshua called the priests and said to them, "Take the covenant box, and 7 of you go in front of it, carrying trumpets." Then he ordered his men to start marching around the city with an advance guard, going on ahead of the Lord's covenant box. So just as Joshua has ordered, an advance guard started out ahead of the priests who were blowing trumpets. Behind these came the priests who were carrying the covenant box, followed by a rear guard. All this time the trumpets were sounding, but Joshua had ordered his men not to shout, not to say a word until he gave the order. So he told his group of men to take the Lord's covenant box around the city once more. Then they came back to the camp and spent the night there. Joshua got up early the next morning, and for the second time the priests and soldiers marched around the city in the same order as the day before. First, the advance gang, next, the 7 priests blowing the 7 trumpets, then the priests carrying the Lord's covenant box, and finally the rear guard. All this time the trumpets were sounding. On the second day, they again marched around the city once, and then returned to camp. They did this for 6 days. On the 7th day, they got up at daybreak and marched 7 times.
They marched 7 times
around the city in the same way. This was the only day they marched around it 7 times. The 7th time round, when the priests were about to sound the trumpet, Joshua ordered his men to shout.
Joshua ordered the men to shout, not to pray. Shout to the Lord.
And he said, "The Lord has given you the city. The city and everything in it must be totally destroyed as an offering to the Lord. Only the prostitute Rahab and her household will be spared, because she hid our spies. But you are not to take anything that is to be destroyed. If you do, you will bring trouble and destruction on the Israelite camp. Everything made of silver, gold, bronze, or iron is set apart for the Lord. It is to be put in the Lord's treasury." So the priests blew the trumpet. As soon as the men heard it, they gave a loud shout. And the walls collapsed.
And the wall of Jericho collapsed.
And then all the army went.
Continue.
And then all the army went straight up the hill into the city and captured it. With their swords, they killed everyone in the city, men and women, young and old. They also killed cattle, sheep, and donkeys. Joshua then told 2 men who had served as spies, "Go into the prostitute's house and bring her and her family out, as you promised her." So they went and brought Rahab out, along with her father, mother, her brothers, and the rest of her family, they and slaves, to safety near the